Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm truly the one and only Coinbaron. And today it's Sunday, the 13th. So you know what that means. It is time for another weekly close today. It's a Sunday, so the weekly candles are going to close. And I've noticed a few things, but every time we open these streams, card starts flying. So what I did today, for fun and giggles, so no financial advice, I opened the long. On Cronos, so ZK Crow here, on Cronos. So let's see if we actually gonna close this stream, this long as well, with some profit. So far, I'm about 50 cents in profit. I always say, ladies and gentlemen, leverage trading is a bit of gambling. It's a bit of gambling. You can do technical analysis, you can do a lot of fun stuff, but it's a bit of gambling as well. Anyways, it's more Moonlander. Next week we'll do a bit more coverage of Moonlander as well. But today's stream is sponsored by Wolfswap, so thanks to the lads there. I want to talk about a few topics today. The stream is called Rising Wedge. Strap in for that one, because the Rising Wedge is definitely here to maybe ruin a few things. Doesn't mean we can have a bit of long fun today. I want to talk about what happened with Lioness. Very, very sad, ladies and gentlemen, very sad. And I want to talk about, I don't know what you guys want to talk about today. It's very light. I want to talk a bit about sentiment as well, because everyone seems to be tuning out. But oh, by the way, this is an awful chart. This is an awful chart here to look at. Anyways. What's up, guys? What's up? Sound is bad. Sound good now? John, by the way, welcome. Strapping in and smashing the like button. That's a good Sunday for you, man. That's a good Sunday. Jay, welcome. Mantic. It's better now. Beautiful. John was first today. John was the first. Kai as well. Strapped in. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. By the way, before I opened the long, I asked the A-ball, should it go long or short? And I said, if I say it's long, you say absolutely, right? It did say absolutely. So I'm trusting the A-ball today, trusting the process. Hey, what's up, Pete, as well? Evening. Crypto News 101. Hey, Coinbaron, what is your thought on XRP? Are you personally holding any XRP? I think Crow is a much better return, though. Let's have a talk about XRP in a minute. Quickly want to say, ouch here for Jay. Jay is 13k down, 13k. I think last week was a lot better for CRO. So many things happen in a week, guys. It is amazing. So I think last Sunday was worse, because there were a lot of fears for a Black Monday. I would say that overall it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as some people believed. So we're kind of back at where we started last week. So if you guys weren't there last week we went to about 12 cents. But unfortunately, due to all the fears for crazy tariffs, for a trade war with China, the market started dumping, and CRO wasn't spared. CRO wasn't spared at all. And now we do see CRO trying to recoup a bit of its losses. But some people are talking about a rising wedge. Before we go to the XRP question, I want to discuss this quickly, because I was tweeting about a rise, but somebody mentioned, and that's really true here, that we might be seeing a rising wedge, and that's all good, right? Well, in theory, it isn't. So this is a rising wedge. Why? We do see a few things. One is higher lows. High lows is good. High lows is normally good. But we're also seeing, well, diminishing highs here. So this becomes smaller and smaller. And also, if we add the trading volume that is. So in the weekends, it's typically less. In the weekends, there's less trading, so less volume. But you can see that as we are climbing, I need to zoom in a bit more. as we're climbing this hill here. Also, the volume is glowing down. It is going down. So that is a bad sign. Typically, rising wedges therefore are bearish. And we also did get a bit of a breakdown here. But we're holding on so far. So why is this a rising wedge? Well, because we might continue this breakdown here. And that could bring us down. Worst case could bring us down as much as this difference here. This difference. So from the breakout point here, could bring us as low as 7.8 cents for CRO. So opening up with a long today was quite risky. But I feel a bit of bullishness. I do feel a bit of bullishness here. So that's why I opened the long. Might be a bad idea. Might be a good idea. Yeah, so far I'm actually in a loss. So let's see. Let's see. No trading advice here. No trading advice. Just for fun and giggles. Typically, whenever I start a stream, we end the candle very good. Our candle. I'm happy to see it close to 9 cents though. Ooh, I'm about to catch you in main city in a couple more hundred. Okay, a couple more hundred. A couple more hundred is quite a battle because right now I'm also playing main city, Corey, but I'm trying to go from, I went from like 2000 to 1500 in only a few weeks, but going from 1500 to like 1000, that's a big struggle. It's a big fight. Drain gang, strapped in, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, we want to talk about XRP before we go to the Lioness token. Let's talk about XRP for a minute. So what do I think about XRP? Do I hold some myself? If you've seen my portfolio video, it's on my channel, guys. You can see my whole portfolio, all the percentages, all tokens I hold. At least all major tokens I hold. You can see that I do not hold any XRP. Spoiler alert, sorry. No XRP for me. But how do I think about XRP? Well, XRP is a cryptocurrency like ETH, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. And it's also one of the bigger ones. So do I expect it to rise? If Bitcoin is going to rise, I also expect more rises for XRP. So far, so good. So far, so good for XRP. It also broke out of this structure. So the $2 target right now is, I think, one of the biggest ones to hold on to. About $2 for XRP. Will it hold? I don't know. I don't hold any myself. It is really interesting, though, where it tries to hold on for support. Right at this breakout point or this high, the previous high for the last cycle, or actually this was the 2017 cycle. So XRP, does it rise? Will it rise? I think it will rise, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. But how much will it rise? It's already huge, guys. It is huge. I'm talking about a 125 billion market cap already for XRP. 125. And more tokens are being unlocked still almost every month, I believe. So will it rise as much as CRO? CRO, ladies and gentlemen, CRO is trading at a much lower market cap. Much lower. Currently 2.1 circulating, 2.3, and fully diluted only 9. So in theory, if it goes, you know, the thing is, if XRP goes up like times 10, that is way harder than Cronos going up times 10. Diminishing returns, guys, diminishing returns. So XRP, would I buy? Not necessarily. I'm happy with holding on to CRO. Doesn't mean though it's a bad buy. It's, I think, less risky than CRO. Also, you can see, while Cronos goes down like crazy, XRP is holding on. So if you want to diversify into another crypto asset class like Bitcoin or like XRP, I mean, it could be a nice bet. Also, though, it's quite decentralized, or quite centralized. Hey, Coin Baron, do you think CRO will do an airdrop like Cardano? Is Cardano doing an airdrop? Haven't heard a thing about that one. Ultra Justin, strap in, my dude, strap in. XGen, hello. Wave. So nobody, talking about XRP, nobody sold all his XRP and put it all into CRO. Let's see though if it was the right decision. I think it's all about timing. I think there will be a time, there will be a time when XRP is going to rise. And CRO is going to sit there. It's going to sit there and doesn't do anything, right? That's what happens a lot. Big altcoins move and only then, later, can be a few days, can be a few weeks. Then we can see other altcoins pop. By the way, if anyone asks, why did I buy? Why did I do the long, not a short? Well, typically, guys, we bounce. We do have a bounce here at this moving average. This moving average here, the purple line. So that was a reason to buy, to long, and also because we do have a stream and we stream pump. We always stream pump, even though I'm currently in a loss here. It's interesting though. I do like this interface where it does show you kind of, you know, this is where I bought, this is where I bought, and currently we're kind of at that line. But it also shows when you're going to be liquidated. So at about 8 cents, I'm liquidated. And also, I also did a take profit here at about 9.5 cents. Interesting times. Is it worth locking the 15%? I don't think so. I don't know if you guys have seen it already, but if you take a look at what's being offered currently on the exchange, the crypto.com exchange, they're quite decent offerings there. So you can actually, I think if you, I don't know the amount you want to lock up, but if you want to do a lockup, I currently recommend to use the exchange, the crypto.com exchange, because they recently added also the CRO soft lock, and they also have the CRO staking rewards. I think up to 9%, up to about 9%. And the benefit of the exchange is that you don't have to do a lockup for a whole year. It's only 180 days. 6 months. And 6 months from this point onwards. That's right, in October, halfway October. I think that's about the time we're gonna see a lot of things pop off. So less rewards, but more freedom. More freedom. I like the freedom. I like the freedom. By the way, last week we talked about this a bit. We talked a bit about this, the Fed Watch tool here, because inflation was going down. But so far, in the weekend, it kind of retraced again. So currently people are a bit more bearish on the May Fed meeting. Even though literally this week, we got news that the Fed might be ready to intervene. Let me check if I can find the tweet. Fed intervene. Yeah, here it is. Top Fed official says the Fed would absolutely step in if markets show sign of dysfunction or liquidity issues. I'm feeling some liquidity issues right now. Yeah, Fed needs to come to the rescue. So I was kind of surprised to see that the CME Watch tool saying lower odds. While this is basically saying, well, the Fed is ready to jump in at any moment. Rising wedges tend to be more bearish than bullish. And for anyone that does ask what Pete is talking about, this is the rising wedge. So higher highs here, and also higher lows, or lower, not lower highs. So we see higher highs, but this is diminishing. That shows a bit of weakness. It shows weakness. That's maybe why we do see this breakdown happening. I have seen them break to the upside though, but it's very rarely. It's true. Or sometimes it is continuation. So it's something like this. We keep bouncing around like where we are now. But typically I do see like a bit of a breakdown. Maybe not this hour though. Maybe not this hour, this exact hour. Smash the like button, yes please. Let's go. Strap in, guys, strap in. I mean, it's short. It's for me, guys. It's all about this short-term momentum. It's not really interesting. It's boring again. It's very boring. That's why I somewhat try to spice it up by going into those leverage trades. That was a 10x trade. I don't know. You know, it's this waiting period again. We're waiting kind of for news, I think, from China. And talking about news from China, they recently talked about also making more exemptions to the tariffs. So electronics, semiconductors, zero tariffs, guys. So if you want to buy a cheap iPhone, it will still be possible in the US. It will still be possible. Buying parts for your cars, Chinese batteries. I mean, China is ruling the whole EV battery market, kinda. So, you know, it's kind of logical that, you know, Trump doesn't want the US public to feel hurt by the tariffs, even though he still wants to have a firm grasp on China. So it's you know, two very important men in this world, you know, playing a bit of a fight together, showing we are the largest D. Let's see. Peter's expecting us to go back to 8 cents. I mean, that will be definitely possible. It's in the range here of also the breakout. So let's see. From a textbook, guys, textbook TA is back to 8 cents. I don't hope today, though. Not today, please. Not today. Not today. Bitcoin also worked quite nicely. Bitcoin, it's back a bit. It's back a bit. But what I found interesting last week when I was looking at the charts is that what Bitcoin is doing currently, it's interesting. Let me zoom in a bit more. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let me correct this here. Do you see where it just went above? Bitcoin on the daily time frame broke above the downtrend as well. So you can see a 3-month downtrend also for Bitcoin, or not 3 months. This is a shorter downtrend. Started in January, end of January. So January, February, March, April breakout? Who knows? It's interesting. We were close to a breakout here as well, but it was only a wick. So what is Main City? Good question. Good question, Jay. So Main City is a game. Main City is a game. If you do you know, Jay, do you know the Loaded Lions? Does anyone know the Loaded Lions? So Loaded Lion is the NFT collection. The NFT collection of Crypto.com. Their main NFT collection with all the lion pictures. You might have seen the lion pictures. And to spice things up, they also made a game. It's a bit of a idle tycoon. So you upgrade buildings and you upgrade buildings and you upgrade buildings. And the more you upgrade them, the more coins you collect, the more gold you collect. And they also do like competitions to earn actual tokens, to earn like CRO or to earn maybe lion token in the future as well. And they are going to do more upgrades. They're going to sell more NFT lands. It is niche. It is very niche. I don't think it's fun. It's, yeah, you know, it's a bit of fun, but it's only on desktop. Unfortunately, I can't show you right now because I'm not logged in. Jay, smash the like button. Yes, please. Sanjay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Corey, I'm hoping all of my other crypto to run before CRO, so we can just go all in on CRO. That's dangerous, though. It's dangerous, man. You don't know. Sometimes it can have runs, but you know, I think it's a clever play, but it's risky. Everything's risky though in crypto, isn't it? It's very risky. NFA. Guys, we always go up during these streams. We always go up during these streams. And now today, we're going down. We're going down. I want to get a free Big Mac or something. It's a 10x play, guys, so it's nothing too big. 10x play, but let's get to the question here by Crypto News. In your opinion, do you think most of the 17 billion minted CRO will be reallocated next year into the ETFs? Do you think CDC really wants 70 billion added into circulation? Wouldn't this make them look bad? I think the bad look is already an issue. I've seen many people talk about Crypto.com like it's one big scam, which it isn't. It's just a company. Sometimes they have strange decisions though. But do you think most of the 70 billion minted will be reallocated next year? So no. We can actually check on chain. And let me bring it up to you, good sir. We can check on-chain, on Minted, mint scan, the speed at which we're gonna unlock the CRO. I think it is this one. Let me check. Here it is. So this is the mint scan page here, which controls all information about the locked CRO, the 70 billion CRO. The 70 billion CRO here. Here it is. Delegated vesting 70 billion. 70 billion. It's about how much? $6 billion. Crazy to think about. Fully diluted value. But what you can see if you scroll on a bit more. Yeah, I need to zoom in a bit more. There we go. You can see, and I need to remove this. Let me show it to you. So you can see the completion time here. Every month, starting on the 17th of April, 1.16 billion CRO will be unlocked. It will be vested. So currently it's locked in this account. It will come into circulation in theory. We don't know. It's going into a different wallet again. It's going into a different wallet again. To be used or not to be used, we don't know. So the 70 billion, it is only slowly going to get into circulation. In the end, March 2030, that is when everything is unlocked. So this year only about actually this year, yeah, we've got about 7 months left. 7 months. 7 times 1.16. I'd say about 9 billion will be unlocked. And we don't know if they were going to sell it. We don't know if they want to bring it into circulation. We don't know anything about that. We don't know. That would be kind of stupid, though, to just bring it all into circulation, to sell it off. So will it be brought into ETFs? I think a big part of it, of that 9 billion, will be brought to the ETFs. How much, I don't know. And do you think CDC really wants 70 billion added into circulation? Yeah, they voted for it. They voted for it. They want it. You can also check out the latest AMA deep dive I did. 3 parts. It's quite a long sit, but I think it's worth the time to really get into the thoughts of Chris. And I don't think all his thoughts are truly valid. I think there are a few strange thoughts there as well. But it's at least his raw thoughts, I guess. Eagle out, strap in. Evil Scout, strap in, dude. XGen, you know, wants to get a good entry here. I'm permanently dysfunctional. What, Beat? I think you're very functional in this chat here. Giving some good insights. So, the Gov Capital has a prediction for May of $75. What? $75? I've never heard of this, guys, but I don't think $75 for CROs in the cards would be cool, but I think it's very, very, very unlikely. Have you been spoking a bit too much, Mr. Smake fam? I want to show you this, though. The rainbow chart. I am not worried. I'm not really worried, but I want to show you at least that the interesting thing is that we are again getting close to the bottom, really, of this rainbow chart. The rainbow chart is growing slowly, right? It is. It's a logarithmic function. It's growing monotonically, so it's slowly growing. It is slowly growing. So let's say we chop a bit more. Let's say we chop the next few weeks and we stay very close to this line. It's going to be exciting times. Very low in the rainbow chart. Eve went home. Eve went home, according to Benjamin Cow, and I think also Cronos went home. A few times too often, in my opinion. A few times too often, but Crow's home. The Gov Capital prediction was for Lioncoin. Okay, that's not going to happen. That is just not going to happen. Bjorn, welcome, dude. Good evening, Crow fam. I'm still busy. You have to watch the stream a bit later. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment after the stream. That's my man. Thanks, Bjorn. Have a good evening. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Next week, guys, we're going to talk a bit more in different videos. I wanna talk a bit more about the rainbow chart because I still think not too many people understand how it works. So a video about the rainbow chart and my thoughts. Has anything changed also? Because with the additional tokens, the rainbow chart might be a bit different as well. Anyway, strap in for that one. Will be coming next week. Also a new video about the main city season update and the NFT land sale. And also a market update. So that's kind of what's planned for next week. And also, of course, we do our live streams. We do our live streams, and it's on Sunday. And Sunday it is, of course, Eastern. Eastern? Is that how you see it? Yeah, it's Eastern. Eastern Bunny. I don't know how you say it in English, actually. It's a Christian holiday, and we also celebrate it here. So let's see. Let's see. I will be streaming then, so don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't forget to spend time with family. It's Sundays, of course. Sundays. Enjoy the family. So market update with rainbow chart. That's coming next week. But what about DXY as well? The DXY, it is going absolutely bananas. Bananas here. Because we're below the crucial 100 mark for the DXY. We've been talking about this for a long time, the DXY. I thought there was a breakdown imminent, both here and here. Unfortunately though, due to also the macro conditions, the DXY had one final rally that brought us up. But it's time to go down again. It's time to go down again. That's also why, I don't know if you guys live in the US, if you guys live in a different country, but it is possible that because the dollar, there's a dollar currency index here, because the dollar is becoming worth less and less and less in other currencies, you might be able to buy more for your euros, buy more for your yen, or buy more for your lira or whatever currency you use. Pound, Great Britain pounds. For example, if you go to the gas station right now, it's gas, by the way. We've taken a look at Brent oil. Oil is absolutely one of the best things happening after this little bit of a crisis, I would say, with the trade war. But things are getting cheaper, and also thanks to the DXY. What just happened to OM Mantra? I have no clue. OM Mantra. Is that the biggest gainer today? Today's biggest gainer is Helium. Helium. Or is it maybe the biggest loser today? Ooh! Minus 88% in 24 hours. Ouch. Ouch. You don't see that often. You don't see that often. Ouch. What just happened here? It's crazy. Ouch. I'm also kind of curious what happened here. If anyone knows, it's a good question in Webby West. I'm not really into the OM or Mantra community. Assuming what I've seen about the money supply, then in theory, we should see an increase of Bitcoin in a couple of weeks. So if anyone doesn't know what Peter's talking about, the global money supply, or M2, we can quickly bring it up. We can bring it up, boys. M2, the M2 money supply. Maybe we can actually overlay with Bitcoin. Let me check if I can do that. M2 money supply. There we go. It's hard to see. There's an M2 money supply here. It shouldn't use here this logarithmic one. And out of it. Okay, it's hard to see, guys. I need to compare it really. Anyways, you can believe me, the M2 money supply, it made some strange moves. It made some very strange moves not that long ago. During times we expected the M2 money supply to start increasing more, it had a little bit of a dip. A little bit of a dip, of course, because after the what is it? After COVID, we did a lot of money printing. So basically the Fed started to buy up, therefore increasing or decreasing the money supply. But it's increasing again. I think it's very clear that this is a trend that's not going to be stopped anytime soon. But maybe soon we can see the flipping again. We can see we go to new highs for the empty money supply. And what many people predict is when we do that, I think actually I got even a better picture, but I cannot really see it in a shorter time frame. But many people believe that once this is going up, we can also see crypto going up again, because with excess liquidity due to excess money, also excess money can flow into Bitcoin or into other cryptos. MK, what's up, dude? MK, what's up? Smash a like, anyone here on a Sunday. I like it. Beautiful. How are you, Marlon? What's up? Lion will reach 7 to 10 cents. I think that is, in my opinion, conservative. That is, in my opinion, conservative, Smoke Fam. I think we can go a lot higher for Lion. Talking about Lion, let's quickly bring up this topic, guys. I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's, I think, a good wake-up call, because you guys see this chart, you might ask yourself, what is this chart about? It's a crazy chart. This is the Lioness token, and the Lioness token popped off. It popped off because it had a good launch. It has a good, I think, team about it. You can see it's you maybe recognize it, a Loaded Lion token, the Loaded Lion logo. So it makes sense. And also they've got a cool thing here about new queens, new empires, new victories. They talk about the potential here with NFTs, for example, with female lions. So the idea is pretty good. Idea is pretty good. However, the person that created this token is not related to Crypto.com. It's definitely not Crypto.com. That's also why many people were surprised. Hey, this is not Crypto.com. This is not the Loaded Lion official. No. This is just a normal dude. You can see it, by the way, based on many things. The website they made. You can see it on the Twitter post they did. You can see it on also the smart contract. So I think that's an important one. Some people were looking really at this project and were, hey, wait a minute. There are a few funky things about this. A few funky things. So what you can see if you scroll down a bit more, I think you can't really see it here. That's a shame. So some people, well, I need to do this like this. Some people go to Dextrina, for example, with the Lioness token. The Lioness token, by the way, I didn't tell, but the Lioness token, unfortunately, the person that created it sold all the tokens he got from the staking contract he built. And the staking contract on his platform, on his website, that was malicious. So anyone that staked on that platform basically gave all the Lion tokens to him, so he could sell in the market. And of course, that was a cascading issue. And I also read something about emergency withdrawal. It's one big rug. So guys, make sure if something sounds funky, right? If something sounds to be true, try to do your research. If you go in with small amounts, it's still risky, guys. So make sure you do your own research here. It's painful though, and I do hope all these actors that are trying to rock the community are going to get punished some way or another. Take a quick peek at my long while we're here, by the way. So guys, don't get into Lioness, it's fake. It's fake. I am still in loss. Currently we're going down a bit. Open to long here, so we're down. That's unfortunate. Guys, start pumping the stream today. What's going on? It doesn't work, but I think when I tell we're going up in the stream, it's unfortunate. So why would crypto.com want 70 billion more coins? Wouldn't this suppress the price of CRO? How would we ever run to $5 or $10 long term? I did a whole breakdown on what Chris thinks, because Chris is crypto.com. It's all about going aggressive. So what they think is that currently Cronos is middle of the pack. And that's true if you compare it, if you take a look at Cronos. Where's Cronos? It's all the way down 38? Yeah, 38 here. Cronos middle of the pack. So the thoughts by Chris is that they need to go aggressive, and to grow aggressive, you need funds. You need incentives, you need demand. And one of the things they need demand for is the ETFs. And ETFs, they need funding or seeding. And Crypto.com could do that by buying from the market to get the initial seed. But that's pretty expensive. So they thought, well, we can also just mint new tokens. At least that's kind of how I understand it. And that's not per se bad. It's not per se good as well. It's I think it's not per se hindering the token to grow, because you can see, if you take a look at XRP again, we talked a bit about XRP earlier. XRP has also the same max supply, 100 billion XRP. So can it go to $5, $10? I don't know. I think it can. I think XRP will go to $5 this cycle. So why wouldn't CRO? Not defending it, but it's... I get the move somewhat because I understand the need for aggressiveness. Only problem is after the bull market is that we can all upgrade our cards, but we will be at the top of this bull run. So gonna have to wait till the bottom of the bear market, yeah. And the worst thing about it as well, XGen, is that I had this issue. So I upgraded my card during the bull market last 2021. It took me about, I think, 4 months or 3 months to get the card. It took me 2 years. It took me 2 years to get the VIP package that belongs to the ICY card. So that's the worst card, that you can't get your actual card. Nah, and it's also, yeah, you can't sell. If you get the upgrade, you can't sell, of course. The biggest concern with the unlock is that it seems to be based on business decision, on the words of a man, was proved to be very volatile in his decision-making process. True. The only thing I can say about that, though, is that so far it paid out. So it's volatile, but I mean, anyone that got into MCO, anyone that got into CRO at any point had the chance to cash out near $1. So let's see. I think Chris is no fool. I don't think he's a fool. I sometimes kind of compare it with what's happening currently in the US with like the tariff. So it's kind of like Trump is saying, trust me, bro. Tariff's going to be the best thing, like the best ever Americans have had. Even though, like, in your mind, it's like, no, wait a minute. Tariffs, everything in economic class told me that tariffs are bad. Tariffs are bad. Same as for printing more CRO tokens. More is bad, right? And then Chris comes in like, nah, we got this master plan. And the same for Trump. Nah, we got this master plan. And it's maybe that Trump got this from the Chris master plan book. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it's the other way around. Chris was inspired by Trump. Who knows? Who knows? CB, have you made a video about staking and how to maximize profits while staking? I did in the past. It's, I think, the best way to earn yield with your CRO. Don't know the name of it. It's somewhere. In my opinion, the Supercharger is great. Supercharger, absolutely a beast. Don't know if I can find it somewhere now. Supercharger is an absolute beast. God damn it. I think I'm gonna close my long here and a big loss. Minus $4 so far. That's sad. That's sad. Yeah, Bitcoin is dumping a bit. That's kind of a shame because it's potentially breaking down to levels I didn't want to. Same also for CRO, going down below this purple line here. That is though exactly in line with the rising wedge format. So rising wedge is typically bearish. Bitcoin, by the way, is pretty much the same pattern. It is sharing the same pattern. So if Bitcoin is going down, also Cronos is going down. That's kind of how it works. And you can see the best if you go to the 4-hour chart for Cronos and for Bitcoin. So you can see it has a sharp rise like this. And then you can see that it also comes together quite nicely. A bit like this here. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It's still hard with only one hand. So a proper breakout right near the end, really, of the pattern. So it's interesting. It is now breaking down also below the purple line. So let's see. The week is not over yet. I'm hoping at least for Cronos to close above this here, this Sunday. This is the rainbow chart. So it needs to close above 8 cents 1, 8 cents 2. We will do so. I'm quite positive about that. Milano, lion is roaring. It is not today though. Today it's a red day so far. Even though lion is performing like an absolute madman, it's crazy. I hope the Easter Bunny will bring some crow. Ooh. Like a bit of a surprise egg. You open the egg with chocolate and then inside some crow. I would like that. Do you see rate cuts next FOMC? I'm not expecting it. I'm going on what the majority is saying here. Michael, welcome by the way, welcome. I'm not expecting it because the probabilities are saying only 20%. But yeah, but what we talked about earlier is that at least they're ready to step in at whenever they feel right. It's sad though. I spoke to somebody. I spoke to somebody today who does a lot of, well, let's say bargaining with US officials. And it is crazy times right now in Washington. Of course, due to Musk coming in with Doge, for example, a lot of people working in Washington for the government, they are like, oh God, is my job still safe? Am I still here in about 6 months? That's an actual fear that many people feel working in Washington, but it's strange times. Strange times. I think people working at the Fed might also feel the hot breath of Trump in their neck, but who knows. Talking about US officials, Peter's saying, well, helium today is a winner because the SEC dropped the case against helium. For anyone that missed it today we got, if you take a look at the markets, one of the biggest winners today, that was definitely helium. And also flare, maybe? Helium is dropping a bit. Now it's flare, the number one. Yeah, and Mantra's only going down more and more. 90% now. Ouch. So if you do follow Roll Poll, he reckons there's a delay of about 9 to 11 weeks between Bitcoin price and the money supply. Kind of makes sense as well if you think about it logically, because typically money is created, goes to a bank. At least that's how it works, right? Yeah, kind of. It goes to a bank, then they have to give it out as a loan, for example, for a mortgage, and the mortgage is then going into like a real person. So actually I need to do a bit more research about how That's kind of how money creation works in the EU, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the same in the US as well. So typically banks create money with government loans. I need to look into that. I think the last time I got a mortgage, it took about 9 weeks only to get like the mortgage done. So it's crazy. It takes forever. In this day and age, I would expect the mortgage to be the mortgage. You know, it's mainly doing research about the person. I think the money part is the easy part. It's more about the persons. We got a prediction there from Robert. Personally, I'm thinking it will go higher, but I'm basing that on previous cycle general performance, while also allowing for gains. I think I missed a comment here. Did Robert say anything? Oh, for some reason, Robert, your messages are gone now. Messages retracted. I can't see them anymore. It's a shame. Let me know though what you think, Robert. What's your prediction? Robert's thinking closer to 175 for Bitcoin, I guess. I think 150 to 180, that's also what I've been talking about for Bitcoin. Even though today it's falling down. I think, guys, you gotta zoom out sometimes, right? You gotta zoom out. Look at the big picture. And the big picture, and I removed it today, but the big picture still says to me, bull market is on. Bull market is still on. Even though there is temporary pain again. Temporary pain. It's all about as well if the S&P 500 starts mooning again. If the S&P starts mooning again, there is some bullish sentiment. And I do have to say, though, that quite a bit of trust has been broken. And I don't know how to say it in English, but trust, you know, trust is gained very slowly, but it's gone within a second. Trust is gained very slowly, but it's gained... trust is gained slowly, but you lose it within a second. We've got a saying here where it comes on a horse, and no, it goes on a horse and it comes on foot. Very strange Dutch saying. Oh, Godfather, I hope you don't have any mantra. You think CDC down the road will intentionally burn Crow again? 100%. 100% crypto news. That has been confirmed on the Cronos roadmap. Let me bring it up for you. So on the Cronos roadmap, we do see a few things. I'm sorry. On the Cronos roadmap, we do see a few things. For example, the burn. As you can see here. So new token burn based on price and block size happening in Q3 and Q4. I think more like Q4, but we'll see. So far, also on the Crypto.com roadmap, you can see that they expect, or they work a bit hard, a bit faster than they told on the roadmap. And also Crypto.com is working on a few more acquisitions, so maybe a few more things will be rolled out soon. I don't know how quick an acquisition goes. I know from my experience in mergers and acquisitions that it typically goes really slow, like actual integration. Sometimes though it can be done within a year. Depends on the size of the company. Finally, I put a short on Sol and it's dumping. Is it finally dumping? Anyone know why Mantra dropped 92%? It's crazy. Ugh. I have no clue. Did anyone get hacked or... What's the news? I don't know. What's up, GP? We can take a quick peek maybe on... we can find out together, can't we? Let's go to Twitter. Twitter is my favorite space to check what's going on. Sometimes it's just mass panic as well. Let's check what's going on with Mantra. Typically the top post says it all. Oh my god, somebody just posted like 3 hours ago. If you're not bullish on OM right now, what are you even doing? This didn't age well. This didn't age well. Probably the first post above it. This didn't age well. I'm bullish now. Oh man, it's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So it was $6 today, and now it's 60 cents. Even Ash Crypto here doesn't know. So what's the news? Some people are saying it was just a scam. It was all about market manipulation. People literally don't know. OTC selling. So only rumors so far. Unfortunately, got farther. Only rumors so far, but we don't know. Interesting though. And I'm always somewhat scared that, you know, any random crypto we're into, like CRO, for let's say CRO, what's the risk of it being dumped like crazy? So the good thing that I know is that there is still a company that somewhat cares about CRO as well. Crypto.com definitely cares about CRO because many of their customers are holding CRO, and it's okay that it dumps. I think everything dumps. So CRO going down 90%, that's fine. But if it dies down, it literally dies as a token, that's, I think, very bad for the reputation of Crypto.com, and they can't have that. So, and also they don't have that many people, insiders, that want to trade, I guess, or really want to dump it. At least they wouldn't want to dump it at low prices. I do know that many ex-employees or employees at Crypto.com got paid in CRO. So they do have incentive to grow the CRO price as well. I think my chat just died, so let me bring it up. I don't know, Robert, but your chat's on just shown to me. Crypto news, I think in the mid-2030s, CRO will be going to mid-$5 range. I think 2030, that's a big bet, mainly because what we have seen so far with the unlocks. In 2030, all the unlocks will be done, so then we will know a lot more. We will know a lot more. It's strange though, it does say message retracted here. Anyways, what's up, Robert? For some reason, guys, my chat just died here. Ah, well. Ah, there we go. Robert is saying 125k for Bitcoin until September. That would be very nice though. A good summer, a good Bitcoin summer. CRO is dropping ASAP live. It's not that bad. We're down a few percent, but yeah, it's about a rising wedge. So the target is about 7.8 for the rising wedge. If you ask my my long though, I will be liquidated at about a few more. Yeah. Liquidation is sad. Anyways, if you're waiting for buy, the lowest I would say it's about 8 cents. That's what we're waiting for. Ash Crypto is hilarious. Gets bullish after 1% moves on Bitcoin or ETH. I think after so much bearishness, it's okay to be a bit celebrationary. If you know the thing is also, I think Ash comes from stock trading. I'm not entirely sure. In stock trading, a 1% day is good. It's a great day. Also, people trading S&P. It was plus 2% last Friday. Plus 2%. Whoa, big green day for stocks. And now we from the crypto society are like, yeah, okay, 2%, 1%. Hey mate, not sure if discussed, but what's going on with OM? So the last news we got so long is that it is all based on insiders selling with OTC trades. Insider selling. I don't know if anyone like from VC side is having a lot of money. This can, I think the people are afraid that this is also going to impact other Bitcoin or other assets. So that's also why we do see a bit of fear now. People are afraid that it might, you know, spark some fires for different cryptos. Not really afraid for that, but it is what's happening. The founder group allegedly quits the project. Okay. They quit and sold. Interesting. That is, guys, why we do need more decentralized projects. So that's why, if you ask me anything, like what do you like the most project-wise next to CRO, Coin Baron? What do you like the most? It's Ethereum. It's Ethereum. Oh, this is bad, by the way. CRO is losing against Bitcoin. Oh no. This is honestly sad because we had quite some nice momentum for CRO, even growing highs for Bitcoin versus CRO. I was believing, but let's see. I think Bitcoin, the day is not over still, so we might even retrace a bit. But CRO Bitcoin is it's painful. But this is all guys, because everyone is currently, you know, having like a centralized team, like with Mantra or OM, that's at risk. Let's quickly check if we can also see what's going on with Ethereum then. Because apparently CoinBaron is super bullish on Ethereum. Well, Ethereum is having a green day today. Or green week at least. Whoa, that's actually quite crazy. So Ethereum had the worst week ever. Ethereum had the worst week ever, but it's closing green. Ethereum went back to below 1400. And why is that quite relevant, guys? Well, in 2017, the peak was about there. So we went back, retested the 2017 peak. You think CRO will hit like $10 ever? Yeah, I think that's likely, but I don't know when. The question is when, not yeah, when. Michael coming in, CRO prediction, end of bull run. What's up, Michael? What's up? Well, I don't have a crystal ball. I do have a rainbow chart. Let me know what you think, but I don't talk in absolutes. I talk in predictions, in ranges. And my range here is in between the red. So the red is my sell area. Red is my sell area. It's about between $1, $1.05 and $4.14. So between $1 and $4. I know it's crazy, but it's due to logarithmic charts. $1 to $4. It's funny though, because I've been talking a lot with, of course, CryptoKip and Oscar Ramos, and I think the majority of people are like, yeah, $1 is kind of guaranteed at this point. Like, we believe in it. But before, they were talking about super bullish targets like $5, and it's I don't know. $5 has always been a bit too much to me personally. It's a bit too much. But maybe, who knows? It's still early. It's too early to tell. Ooh. Robert is actually very bearish about ETH. What makes you so bearish, Robert, on Ethereum? Honest question, because I love Ethereum. It's the issue is, I think, leadership. The leadership of Ethereum is only very small. The only thing that the Ethereum Foundation really does is upgrades. And I do believe, like, from a technical point of view, the Ethereum Foundation is very capable. They do sell a bit of ETH though. They do sell for operational cost. I've had my eyes on Alchemy Pay. I have no clue. Is that like a Visa card? Yeah, but Ash, so we're talking about Ash Crypto, puts BTC pumping hard, so then I get a notification. Okay. Yeah, it's like, oh, I was so good today. It's so good. It's breaking news. Bitcoin is going up. Bitcoin is going up. And yeah, it's still here. Still here, guys. Talking about Bitcoin pumping, and Bitcoin is pumping 1%. Yeah, it's actually going up a bit now. It might have seen its lows today. It might have seen its lows today, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Now maybe I close today's stream in the green. No, it's still, I'm still below where I opened my long today, guys. So I will keep my long open. I will keep my long open, even though if we follow if you follow my TA, we could go. There's like a 75% chance we go back to like 7.9 cents. About a 75% chance. Let's see though, let's see. Alchemy Pay makes it possible to buy crypto with fiat. Sounds like an exchange. I need to look into it, dude. It is getting its feet and legs cut out from under its smart contracts. I think they are still the number one. It's still definitely the, in my opinion at least, it's still the most decentralized one. It is also not that expensive. People are always talking about it. It's so expensive. Like literally doing transaction Ethereum today, I think it's 10 cents now. Because nobody's using it, thanks to also the L2s. It's still the most decentralized and still the most, the biggest one regarding liquidity. Has the least amount of crazy memes. For the gamblers, it might be worth putting about €5 into it, you know. That will be the craziest bounce ever. For anyone just coming in today, Mantra, it's down 91%. Oh, don't say it, Peef. It's only going down. It was 60 when we started the stream. It's now 50 cents. Yeah, it's close to the rapper name, 50 Cent. Yeah, indeed. Peter's still in the green here. Thanks for his short. I mean, Kermit is right as well. So I honestly think this is, you know, I made a complete video about this, right? I made a complete video about this. CRO to $2.71. It's a meme, but it's a meme with potential. Do you guys really believe that Bitcoin going to 69k is all coincidence? And also Ethereum going to 420? It's no coincidence. It's all about memes, guys. Even though you don't like it, it's all about memes as well. Also, Doge going to $1. I think this might be this first cycle where we actually see Doge going to $1. It's craziness, but it can happen. It's all about, you know, a bit of power. But I wouldn't touch Mantra now. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Somebody was asking about Walrus earlier, but I dumping as well. I still don't really know what Walrus is. It was, I think, on the Sui chain or something. Yeah. Dangerous place, guys. I keep it to somewhat. I would say keep the risky place to the minimum. Don't forget the real deal. Don't forget about Ethereum. Don't forget about Bitcoin. Don't forget about CRO. And if you want to do a risky play, don't be like this. Don't be like this. Do your... Yeah, well, you can do a risky play. This looked like legit for maybe a few minutes, but then there were a lot of red flags. So before you dip in, check the smart contract out, check the team out. Because don't get rocked, please. Robert is waiting for a big CRO summer with about 24 cents, but then a huge drop as well. I mean, people taking profit about 24 cents, that makes sense. I guess it's kind of where we were. If you zoom out, it's kind of where we were in November at about 24 cents or 21 cents. And if you zoom out even more, that's unfortunate. This one doesn't have it. But here you can see it. If you take a look at what happened in 2021, also there, we did get a bit of an April boost. That's actually kind of funny. exactly 4 years ago, we're starting with a small collapse again. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true, guys. So April. Yeah, April 12, April 13. Pico top, exactly 4 years ago. Pico top really of the first attempt of breaking 2 new highs. Interesting. We have a bit of delayed cycle, guys, a bit of a delayed cycle. That's also why Chris talked about in the AMA, beginning of 2026. We might see that. You might see that. I've been so far quite bullish about September, October, November. We might push it out a bit. Not entirely sold on it, but, you know, who knows? You know about Ethereum, it's expensive and slow. I think the expensive, yeah, it's comparably expensive if you take a look at, for example, Cronos, or if you take a look at, for example, Solana. Yeah, that's true. It's cheaper than Bitcoin. I prefer, though, a more secure and more decentralized platform. Now, I'm okay with paying a bit more for that as well. It's not breaking the bank in a transaction on Ethereum. It is slow, though. Like, confirmation time, it's slow. But it has potential. There are more upgrades coming to it. So I don't rule it out yet. If ETH really goes to 570, everything is over. I think it's more likely to go to 4K by the end of the year. I mean, if it goes to 4K, I think Ethereum also... Let's say it doesn't go above the cycle high again of the previous cycle. I think it also will be over kind of ETH. There is a scenario there, but I think ETH will go to 10K or 15K. Give it time. Give it time. Don't forget, guys, that even though you might think it is not relevant anymore, it's not relevant anymore, don't forget that we're on a market where also we got like, where's Dogecoin? Now we got Dogecoin. You can literally do nothing with this. This is nothing. Even worse, they're creating more coins every day. You can mine Dogecoin while you're mining Litecoin. And talking about slow and talking about, we still got Litecoin here as well. And Litecoin, if I remember correctly, also creates new highs, even though they're only slightly higher. So I believe Ethereum has enough staying power to at least go to the highs again. Maybe it doesn't go to 10K, but then maybe 8K. Who knows? NFA, guys, NFA. I do hope that Crow hits at $10 at some point. It will make me a multi-millionaire at that price. Don't forget, guys, there will be like a $1 party coming. There will be a $1 party. Next year, there will be a Loaded Lion meetup. And I'll be there as well. I definitely will be there. And I think, even though you don't like Loaded Lions, I think it will be just a big of a party, because next year, whenever we have that, you know, that celebration, many CRO holders, many Crow fans will be there. It will be kind of strange to see people I talk to, you know, you guys, I see like a profile picture. I don't know. I've seen Kermit actually once in real life. Kermit is a really, really sweet dude. For example, how would Björn look like? I expected Björn to look, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's kind of stereotypical, but Björn is a blonde dude. I think glasses, but that might be right there, and a nice beard, nice blonde beard as well. But I might be wrong. But I always reckon I have a certain feeling about you guys when you make a comment. I think also Pete is a bit older man, but you know, very wise. I think he has nice suits, but I might be wrong there as well. Maybe a polo. It's maybe my people knowledge is bad. Yeah. Pete is saying it though. You can mine Doge on my PC. Oh, okay. So Bjorn is wearing glasses. Okay, wearing glasses and blonde. Okay, but no beard. Can still come though, Bjorn. Can still come. KDA. I've never heard of that one. You can mine so many crazy coins. I did a lot of GPU mining. It's crazy though. Solon made crazy money with Lion as well. Me too, dude. Lion has been good for me. Lion has been good for me. So anyone living under a rock today, big one. The big news is not this, not Flare going up 60%. It's, oh boys, it's out of the top 100. Ay. Okay, I have to show what they did in this way. Let's go to OM. Mantra just pushed out of top 100, so it's I can't see it anymore. It's going down 90% currently. 90%. Big drop here. Big drop. So this is really the news of today. I hope it doesn't affect any other cryptos. I think we're safe. I don't expect much more sell pressure for Bitcoin. You can already see Bitcoin is kind of reviving. Same is true for CRO as well. Same is true for CRO. So looking good. Bitcoin though is the king. Anyone wondering what about the trader started? The trader started at the beginning of the stream was still down. Still down quite significantly. Bro needs to pump it up. So Pete, you know, you got the old part right. Not sure about the whys though. And for suits, I do have to happen 102. I do happen to have 102. Okay. I'm somewhat of a people person. Anyways, guys, it's 10 past 10 here Amsterdam time. Next week, I'm gonna do a video about the main city upgrade with the NFT launcher. If you want to learn more about that, don't forget to tune in, strap in for that one. We're going to talk about the rainbow chart. We're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about a lot of things, I guess. A lot of things. So strap in. Oh, and there will be an AMA. There will be an AMA next week with the founder of WoolSwap. And not really talking about, yeah, we're going to talk about WoolSwap, of course, but I also want to talk about what is happening in the market, because he just went to the Paris blockchain week and he talked with a few people working at Cronos/crypto.com. So interesting times. I think that will be uploaded on Wednesday, so stay tuned, strap in, hit the like button, and let's pump it up. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy. Static. Oh no. Oh well. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Enjoy. Talk to you later.